We are certainly not afraid of the rain. We will bravely ride along with the Flint, no matter the weather. Or maybe not. Hi, it's me, Andrzej. Sometimes my mom asks me, son, do you really want to spend the whole night in the van? A whole day of packing, then you roast yourself on the track. The answer is yes. Why do I like roasting myself on racetracks? Because I like to drive fast. And when I want to drive fast, I want to go really fast and safely. So many years ago, I chose tracks over roads, and I hope that in this way I can convince you to, or get you on board with that as well. In the first video, I didn't say much. We were just warming up, but the whole series wouldn't be possible without this company. PK and Olin, thank you very much, because it's important to raise awareness among motorcyclists about where you can open up the throttle. That's why yesterday we were in Białystok, where we prepared the first episode about Polish motorcycle tracks. And today we're right here in Bydgoszcz at one of the oldest karting tracks in Poland. And this is a real homologated racing track affiliated with the Polish Motor Association. I wasn't sure if you meant the car or the Polish Motor Association, sorry. At the Polish Motor Association in Bydgoszcz. So the plan is the same as yesterday, but we have some different guests. We have Kamil Kryzemin with us, the one you might have seen in a video with me at his place. So we're also expecting some really great lap times and driving style. And besides that, we're also waiting for a few motorcycles, some surprises. So I'm gonna get dressed, we'll ride, and then we'll tell you all about this track and what it's like to ride here.
It's clear to me you're talking often, and often that means you say the least. You better believe we've been through the ringer, we've been through the worst. And the difference between us is we didn't witness defeat. We just reinvigorated you, a little agitated, had to get them activated. No kind of active, is it? But I'm obligated later.
Unbreakable.
Why did we come with no restraint?
Unbreakable.
But what a day it was, kind of amazing. Moto, we gave in to this place because I know that competitions like this are held here, but also pit bike races, Super Sport 300. A lot of competitions happen here because this place has a rich racing tradition. This facility has been here since 1976. It was modified and modernized, I think, about 8 years ago. I hope I'm not mistaken, so the surface is very, very decent. I just hope it doesn't get wet on me soon. It's super grippy. You should know that there are some noticeable bumps on the braking zones caused by the fact that a lot of go-karts drive here frequently, but it's absolutely not a significant problem at all. So we really, as I said, we really got hooked on these Supermotos because the fun was truly, really great and immensely satisfying. The student rode the R3, and he'll share in a moment how much he loved and how much he enjoyed riding on this track. What I regret is that I didn't have the chance to ride a street motorcycle and show you the lines for a street bike. But those lines would be similar to the ones Roback rode, for example, because he rode in a very sporty, rounded style. We rode tighter lines on Supermoto because you have to know that's the difference. What you'll see in Supermoto is that you attack the corner faster and ride it much tighter because a single cylinder engine allows you to give it a bit of throttle and the bike will pull itself out. If you have street bikes, it's better to ride more gently, take a slightly longer line, and enter the corner a bit later. That way the Robakovic style would be appropriate. We were supposed to ride the Indian, but what happened? Well, and that's it, so forgive me, but I'm still having a good time. Camo, you have experience, man. None, you've been riding motorcycles for 5 years, but fast. For me, it's interesting because you haven't been riding motorcycles for a long 5 years, but you ride very intensively. You've seen a lot of places. What do you think about the kart track? Bydgoszcz?
Well, that's true. I owe it to the fact that I ride motorcycles almost every day, and that's why I'm making such quick progress. The track is very nice. The last time I was here was quite a while ago, probably 3 years ago. This is my first time on Supermoto, so there is huge potential. I think that when the Polish Championships are held here, it's a lot of fun. It's very well prepared, of course.
Let's talk a bit about the track layout because, for example, there are a few tricky technical sections here. Entries. The entries here, the entries into the corners, I think they're crucial, as well as the changes of direction. Coming out of the main straight to the left, that's nice, isn't it?
Yes,
We drove that way. It looks different in the helmet.
No, but it's true. I'm laughing a bit. But yes, that first corner after the straight, the next two are very technical. You really have to drive them well, and that's what's crucial. It's about the entry because, for example, we can't just think about the first corner in front of us, but also about the next two or three. Because only when we go through the whole section, well, do we see the result, right? And if we focused only on the first corner, then we'll overshoot it right away and won't fit into the next two.
What I love about this track layout is that you can really tell someone smart designed it because it's really... This track, when I drive on it, in my opinion, is very similar to the circuits in Spain. It's a very technical track, which really lets you practice a lot of different elements because that further section is super tight and that hairpin, you really have to turn on your knee there. It's like riding around a cone, and here we've got a proper bank turn and you go through it at full throttle, fully leaned over.
Yes, exactly. And that's what's cool about this track, that it's balanced. You've got those long, fast corners where you really have to lean the bike over and open up the throttle. And then you've got the technical sections where you have to shift the bike while braking, which is super hard, especially at low speed while leaned over. Like you said, even the smallest mistake there and you're already down on the asphalt.
Yeah, and even that really hard braking into the hairpin. So basically, we've got everything here. We've got riding with a deep lean in fast corners. We've got direction changes on the front, on the brakes. We've even got some really hard, both on the throttle, hard braking, and places where you can really open it up. So I think this track really, a 600 would be really fun here too, right?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, I came here thinking, damn, if I bring a 600 here, it's going to be a blast too. Yeah, we often don't appreciate tracks like this because it's a bit harder for us. We struggle a bit more and so on. But in my opinion, it's fantastic training. And we should actually focus more on tracks like this to improve our skills here and then just take that to the big track and put it to the test.
What I wanted to say, I completely forgot about it, so I'll probably remember later. Thanks, Camille. Will you join us again on another track?
Of course, as long as you prepare better and invite me, I'll definitely come.
Prepare better for what? My bike just wasn't working right sometimes, you know? What can you do?
No, it was great. I had an awesome time. It was fun racing each other. The last
time attack session was cool, right?
Yeah, we were just getting ready, aiming for records, and then bam.
Rain. No records this time, sorry. Next time, hey, listen, it's like we've got some kind of curse because when we were in Bydgoszcz, we showed up ready to go for 39 and it didn't work out either. It was just too hot. We didn't have the energy. Our tires were overheating. We came here too, hoping to go for some record, but then it rained and that was it. But it was still fast. We'll come back again. It was fun and fast anyway, and we'll give it another shot. I hope that next time we'll meet some local people here. Just come over and get to know each other. Exactly. We're still chatting here and we've got a local with USA man, a mountain, a legend, the only person who weighs as much as his motorcycle. Mr. Wishniak, come over here. Thanks, Razumien. Hi.
Hi, little man.
As you can clearly see, even big people can comfortably ride motorcycles too.
Height, the size of a person doesn't matter, only their determination.
Right. So, my friend, have you ever ridden a motorcycle on public roads?
Yes.
Yeah? And where is it more fun, on public roads or on the track?
Definitely on the track.
Exactly. You have a really cool, colorful motorcycle. You come from the supermoto scene, so you guys are pros when it comes to these small tracks. If you were to, I know you're local, but don't just root for your own. Honestly, tell me, where would you place the track in Bydgoszcz in terms of the fun of riding?
Taking into account the number of tracks that are homologated and listed for competitions, it's in the top 5.
It's important to note that this is a real racing track. Even though there are many places for motorcyclists to ride, there are actually very few homologated facilities. The fact that it's homologated means we have certain safety zones and reliable asphalt. When it's a racing track, it has to have racing grade asphalt. Whereas, for example, driver training centers can have a more road-like surface. Tell me, how often can you train here?
There are motorcycle Wednesdays and motorcycle Fridays. During the week, you can sometimes come at different times of the day as well. You just need to call Kartodrom Bydgoszcz and simply ask.
And those ARE...
There isn't really any...
So those days are strictly assigned to motorcycles, but besides that, we can, if we're planning something, we can call and ask if it's possible to come for...
the track or free riding for a single user. I think there's no problem as long as you meet the 96 dB noise limit.
dB. Yes, that's important. Here, noise regulations are very important because we're practically in the middle of the city. Noise is measured. Exactly. At 4,500 revolutions per minute, we have to have 97 dB. 96 dB. 96 dB. Somehow, all of our motorcycles
Came through, no problem.
So don't worry about it. You can just go to a station and check your motorcycle there. But even if you have a sport exhaust, as long as it's not broken, it'll be fine here.
The limit is 2,000 revolutions per minute. Everyone will pass.
Yeah. So we have this. We can ride on the kart track, but there are also communities here that organize their own track days. Such small meetings, right?
There are such cases, for example, the police sometimes come for training.
Yes, cool. There is a kart track on Facebook, Bydgoszcz.
Kartodrom Bydgoszcz, yes. There you can still, if there are photographers from the club, LKT with you can see photos on the website of all the people who rode on a given day.
Yes, Waldek is also here quite often. So Kartodrom Bydgoszcz on Facebook, such a group, and there you will find out exactly when to ride. When there will be a photographer, that's also useful because we have a keepsake and we can also look at what we're doing. Not like that.
In a group, when you ride, you can always learn new tricks.
Yes, and show-offs.
I've seen it. On one color.
Theoretically not allowed, but somehow no one here seems to mind.
Yeah, exactly.
If someone knows how, if someone can do it, no one will take offense. Thank you. Shall we come on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
You can speak.
All right, see you then. Okay, thank you. Take care. This is Tomek, who is behind the technical department, tests, and many other materials in our magazine. If you don't know, we recommend Tomek. A very nice, handsome man, and most importantly, he's a redhead. And as everyone knows, redheads are fast. Tell me, this was probably your first time riding 300 on the track, right?
Not the first time, but the first time on a bike prepared for the track. And I have to say, this bike rides better than me.
Yes, it's actually a wonderful thing because we stole this motorcycle from the Wojcik racing team. Since we told them we had this plan to promote riding on tracks, they were like, hey, okay, we're in. Unfortunately, the junior team ultimately didn't make it to us because they're getting ready for a trip to Portugal. They already have to be there on Sunday, but we had the equipment. Tell me, what do you think about the track in Bydgoszcz? How did you enjoy yourself here today?
Bydgoszcz in general is quite a track for me. It was special because the first time I rode my first track bike, it was on this track, and this is where I learned how to ride on a track. The coolest thing about this track is its interesting layout. It never gets boring. You can ride lap after lap after lap and the layout stays interesting. It's not like you memorize it after 5 laps and then get bored. And that's just how it is. First of all, there's always something to do here because technically you can really hone your skills. Not every corner is so easy that you remember it right away. The layout and the asphalt here are grippy enough that with every lap you can keep pushing your boundaries and limits. And it's fun all the time. Every lap is interesting.
Unfortunately, the weather ruined our plan to ride a street bike. But today, a gentleman on a BMW 1300 came by, asked if he could ride, and we warmly invited him. You could see that on a typical street bike in textile gear. The gentleman was just practicing his riding. Pretty cool, right?
Exactly. So that's one of the reasons why. There are also karting tracks, because a lot of people have this experience. When I mention going to the track to my friends, I say, come with me to the track, you'll break through your fears, you'll just gain confidence. They immediately think of leathers, but you can actually ride in regular clothes, you don't have to. He was riding in a sporty way right from the start. That's one of the reasons why there are karting tracks. You just show up straight from the street, you gain confidence. If you crash here, you're not putting anyone else at risk, right?
You're in the city, you can leave it somewhere, it's Pisa Moti. If your motorcycle gets damaged, there won't be a problem leaving it there and picking it up later.
And the speeds aren't high enough for you to really wreck your motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. At most you'll break a lever or something. And here, there's a place like this, there's a motorcycle shop here, and right next to it there's a Castorama, a Leroy. So you've got everything at hand in case you need to fix something. Thanks, Tomek. Then,
Thank you very much.
you're very welcome. A pit bike boy. That's what a pit bike boy looks like. There's another pit bike rider over there. Come on, Maisa, you too. Come on, pit bike boys. Honestly, I feel like pit bike riders come from some kind of land like the Shire, right? You guys could be in the Lord of the Rings. If there were motorcycles in the Lord of the Rings, they would definitely be pit bikes.
In the movie Critters 3.
For example, how often do you come to the Bydgoszcz Kartodrom, and where do you come from on your pit bike?
I come from Ostin, so it's about a 3-hour drive for us because to Bydgoszcz, it's only 3 hours from anywhere in Poland. So I come once a week.
Super regular indeed.
All of June lately. There were also those problems recently. Let's say pandemic issues, but even so, you could still train here in smaller groups, so we've been training all the time.
Nice. Is there a cool crew here?
Always a cool crew. I mean, it actually changes here. It's different people. They come, all sorts of folks. You always get to race with someone new, test yourself. Super. Definitely worth it.
And what do you think about Bydgoszcz? You like the city, right?
I love Bydgoszcz, really. I feel very good here. It's my first time at the track in Bydgoszcz, and I really like the track. I just haven't had the chance before. Usually Bydgoszcz was just a stop along the way on the road to hell. So it was more of a transit city than a destination. But it's great. The track is great. The layout is really nice. Above all, the track staff are very professional. Everything is really well organized. It's top-notch, safe, pleasant, with great people. I highly recommend it, and if I can, I'll keep coming here from Krakow. It's a bit of a distance, but the access is fairly good.
Actually, once again, it's a track where you can ride anything from a small pit. Bike years are 150cc, right?
140.
140, mine is 150. That's
Exactly the same.
class.
Yes, thank you. Up to the BMW K1300, which was riding with us today, so that's it. Wave to the camera, pit bike, guys. Oh, gosh, look how cutie they are. Hello, Worm. Hiya. Great day at the track in Bydgoszcz, right? Beautiful. It's not raining. Yesterday we were on the emerging track, Białystok, and the track in Bydgoszcz isn't falling. The track in Bydgoszcz is great. Is this your first time here? Just kidding. Yes. Tell me, have you been to Bydgoszcz before?
I was here once, that's why I crashed. I really liked it. Overall, nice city, good food.
Today was a typical Supermoto day because Supermoto rounds are held here on this track, and today we had a really great crew. Tell me, you race big motorcycles on big tracks a lot. How many years have you been a racer?
5 years.
Yeah. And how did it all start that you even went to the tracks? Racing tracks?
I came on a street bike and right away someone told me that I had a knack for it, that I should try racing, and that's how it started.
And what happened when you tried riding on the track? What happened to the street bike?
I sold it and bought more non-homologated bikes.
That's exactly the message about how we ride on the tracks. Faster on the track, safer on the street, because now on the street it's just a scooter, that kind of thing.
Yeah, convertible, coffee, wife, sunglasses.
What about the small tracks? When did you discover that riding on small tracks can be fun too?
When I ran out of time for trips abroad to big tracks, because riding around Poznan, doesn't make sense. To go anywhere, we need 2 days just for the trip there and back, plus 2 more days. So that's how it goes. 4 days out of the whole work week. But here with a bike like this, we can leave in the morning, ride all day, come back, and we're back home in time for dinner. You can actually get things done. The leverage of a bike like this on a small track is exactly the same as a big bike on a big track. The braking is similar, the acceleration is similar, the track is just smaller, exactly the same. And even here, things happen. Yes, it's training. The front is moving all the time, the rear is sliding out. Whereas on a big bike, something like that might happen once a lap. And 2 laps just for yourself. You go down, and here it's non-stop wipeout crash. You get up, pick it up, just checking if everything's okay. Full throttle.
We know you live at the end of the world, and to get to any big track, how many kilometers do you have to travel?
800.
Yeah, for example,
The closest Poznan 300,
yes. And the little Tory, you have one next to you in...
Zalin, Pszczałki, and here Bydgoszcz. This is a triangle that is between Kościelny na Sapski, and here I can get anywhere in 2 to 3 hours and be back home before evening.
Luxury. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again. If you run into Roback, you can come and talk to him about bugs. That's not just a nickname. The nickname isn't random. If you want to know something about bugs, he's the one to ask. Yes, the stories of the cities, I really like them. I recommend them. To sum up, Kartodrom Bydgoszcz is one of the few fully professional racing tracks in Poland with a very long tradition and really great infrastructure, because we have the building of the Polish Motor Association, which has toilets, showers, everything. There are shops with motorcycle accessories. There's a shopping center next door, so food or maybe some tools, something in case, zip ties, everything is readily at hand. Basically everything you could possibly need. If you want to find out precisely where you can ride your motorcycle, you either call the specific car track and politely ask when their dedicated motorcycle sessions are scheduled, or you meticulously check their official calendar, or will diligently try to keep it updated regularly for your convenience. I hope we managed to do that on Shut Motorcycli. PL, there's a calendar, and it's also worth joining the Kartodrom Bydgoszcz group, because there are some great people there who ride here regularly. They'll give you tips, invite you, let you know when and how, and even recommend an instructor if, for example, you want to do your first ride with someone. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. I recommend this space. It's easy to get to Bydgoszcz from many parts of Poland, and we drove here from Warsaw on the highway in 3 hours. From anywhere else in the country, you can get here in a few hours, and it's worth staying for a day or two, that's all. Or maybe you can stop by here on the way not to another track, because more tracks are still ahead of us. I think within approximately 2 weeks, we will definitely be at the next designated venue, and that will be the completion of this phase. Please let me know your valuable thoughts and opinions about this particular project, and kindly write down what else you might potentially need or require from us. More to come. Take care. What? Why are you filming like that?